That I mentioned before, I'm different from my brother. I don't hate Smogon. You're gonna see, you already mentioned consistent uploads, so yeah, I try to keep everything consistent. I try to make my quality possible better. But aside from that, yeah, I'm a really cool guy. I see myself as a friendly person.
I can vouch for that.
Thank you. I just met you through the group that Moody Pones is in and Ovation. Their group that they invited me in because I do play League of Legends a lot. That's one thing I've probably been straying away from is talking about League. I can talk about League for like hours because I've actually wasted my life on that game more than Pokemon. But I decided
I probably spend. If I don't have work, like, every day on Wednesday, I get up at 8, I eat and I shower. By 9 a.m., I'm in this chair, and I don't usually get out of this chair until, like, 7 p.m. when it's time to eat.
God damn.
I literally spend the whole day recording, editing, rendering, uploading. Recording, editing, rendering, uploading over and over again.
That rendering sucks.
Rendering is the worst.
But yeah, I see myself as a nice guy. I met you, and when you said you lived in South Florida, I'm like, oh, I got to be friends with this guy. This guy's right down the block from me, probably. Yeah. But you told me where you lived, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty damn far. But
South Florida is so much bigger than people think it is.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, to get to where you live, I'd have to drive 30 minutes, and other people are like, exactly. 30 minutes, that's nothing.
And you're like, in South Florida, 30 minutes is like 3 hours. Come on.
But another thing to say about me, I'm always going to want to do new things with Pokemon, but I don't think I'm going to stray away from Pokemon just yet. And if you're going to hear me, talk about the battles, hopefully you guys enjoy it. I really don't know who inspired me more to do YouTube. It was either my brother or Shady Penguin. And
I got to say, I've never met someone, well, I've never met him actually, but I've never seen somebody who has as deep of an effect on people as Shady.
I know. Even my brother doesn't really. He said like they were kind of becoming like really good friends, but now he doesn't want to really talk about him a whole lot. But at the same time, there'd be times he just talk to me like, "Damn, how does he do it?" And you can see that's just like he was always meant to just be that like personality. And I've always wanted to do that. And he's inspired other people to do it. He inspired me, and he inspired other people. But I always want to take it a step further. I don't want to be in the shadow. Like I said, I want to catch up to my brother, and that's one thing. I kind of do have the motivation to do this. I have somebody already standing at the top of the whole community. Well, I wouldn't say the top, but he's up there on the community. They're like my brother.
I think once you break 50K, you're in like the top realm.
I think 40. I would say 40. 50 is kind of a lot.
Even 40. I mean, like
maybe even 30. Because, like I said, the community is so small. If you have 20, that's still a lot. And then once you're hitting 30, that's like, damn, 30, not bad, But yeah, I think 50. That's when you're like, okay, yeah, everybody's got.
50 is like the top layer, like the absolute top layer. Like if you. Like, the people with 50,000 subs and even Jay with 2 million subs, they're still kind of in the same boat just because there's so few of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can only name a handful of them, and then you have like the between like 30 to 50, and you have like between 10 and 30, and between 10 and 30 is like, yeah, you recognize them. 30 to 50 is like, that's a big channel. I'm gonna keep an eye on them, and it's like there's all these different tiers, and it's like, how do you reach those tiers? Still be original, still pump out new content, original content. And it's just like, how do you? How do you? How do you?
Yeah, I guess I'd have to wait till I get there. I have one video idea. It's a top 5 video. I hope that will actually breed more top 5 videos that people want to come back to on the channel. But this first one, I'm in the process of. I'm probably gonna start editing it tonight. But I really hope that one really will help me out. I actually took a big risk a while ago. I made an MLG video with Pokemon Shuffle, and I thought that would actually do something positive for my channel, but it really didn't blow up like I thought it would. So what I ended up doing is I gave it to my brother, and he uploaded it, and I said, here, you take it, and hopefully some of your people, like your subscribers, will like it and subscribe to me. And that ended up not even happening. So I just said, here, take the video, because he liked it so much. He said he wanted to upload. I said, cool, take it. And he said, "Oh, I'll pay you back for it one day," because that was a really high quality edited. That took me like 3 weeks to make, and he really loved it, and he was really happy that I gave it to him. And then he also said, "Oh yeah, your 100 to 0 series, that series is doing good, but you need to have another series that people want to like come back to you for, because that 100 to 0 series, I do maybe every 2 weeks to a month, one episode, because those take me a long time to edit it and actually record the battles and come up with ideas. So I don't pump those out like every other day or every week. It's like every 2 months to a week. So I need
2 weeks to a month.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Just so that the people that come watch this don't freak out and they're like, "What? 2 months? No!"
Yeah. Well, who would upload something in 2 months? Like, I'm not JonTron, okay?
Oh, God.
Yeah, and then, so he said you have to do another type of series video that's going to take, like, you know, it's going to be high quality because you're going to take a lot of time to edit it and come up with something, and you can do them every other, you know, week, but then people still go back to them, because my 100 to 0 videos that I do, they're the main part of my channel. It's one of my most uploaded videos. Like, one of them has 18K views, another has 7K, another has like 64532, and they at least hit 1,000 views within those 2 weeks of it being uploaded. So whenever I upload one, it's going to give me a lot of views. That's like more than my channel can handle. And like I said, I want to throw more of them out there, and I always want to make sure the quality is good, but it's not blowing up my channel. It's just keep my channel. It's getting my channel good, but it's not blowing it up. So I have to come up with another series to then get my channel going, and I'm hoping to do that with some maybe a good top 5 series, because that's what I haven't done before. And some of my fans have always asked, like, "Oh, do a top 5 of this, and this," and I want to do something different, because a lot of top 5 or 10s are out there right now. And even though I might be like maybe late on them, I can still do what I want, and people will be like, "I want to know this guy's top 10 or 5," and then I'm going to get some views like that. And if people like the way I edit them, then they'll probably go back to me and subscribe.
Exactly. Like, for me, the main series on my channel, the reason most of the people sub is the interviews.
Yeah, that's why I liked your channel, because I saw, oh man, you interviewed with A-Drive, you interviewed with Glitch City, Nips, Crimson. Who was the other big YouTuber?
Well, let's see. There was Geo,
yeah,
Sarcasm the Sickness,
yeah,
Nips, A-Drive, Glitch X City, Crimson Seabad,
and I think me now, right?
And you. I think you're number 7. I think there might be one more, but I'm not.
Yeah, you'll have to go back and check.
Sure. I can just look through my Skype contacts.
Oh, so I'm in an elite group. I see.
Yeah, like I'm not going to bring somebody on to interview if, 1, I'm not interested in interviewing them, and 2, if I don't think other people are interested in hearing about them.
So it makes it kind of exclusive in its own way. And that's what's going to make people like your channel a lot more.
The Fleeting Furret.
Oh, okay.
I love
Not
Claire.
bad.
She's so nice.
Oh yeah, she is. Never had the pleasure of meeting her, but I've stumbled upon some of her videos before, and I found entertainment out of them.
Well, but like, going back to why I do this, it's because when people actually say, "Yeah, I'll do an interview with you," I'm like, I don't know why you're saying yes. My channel's so insignificant in comparison.
I was like, why is your channel so kind of decently sized? Because you're interviewing all these big people. Like, hey, how are you interviewing with this guy when you have, like, you know, not a whole lot? You know, there's no offense.
When I interviewed A-Drive, I had something like
50, maybe.
No, I wasn't even at 50 yet.
40.
I think I was around 30 or 40.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I remember specifically. I was right around 40 because I said, A-Drive, you literally have 1,000 times as many subscribers as me. Because he had just hit 40K, and the thing that boggles people's minds is, like, when I told the Fleeting Furret, yeah, I have like 12 subs right now, she's like, huh?
Yeah, right?
Because
when I met you through the Skype group, and I see you're, like, interviewing these really big people, and I'm like, how is this guy's channel so small?
Yeah, that's
Did you
the
just
thing.
Started or something? But no, you've been doing this for a little bit of, like,
I've been doing this for 6 months. I started right at the beginning of January, and it's not. I don't make any money off of this. I think I'm being partnered with Fullscreen, which is nice, but I don't know that for sure. If I do, I'll of course.
And
make
even
an
then,
update
you're not
video
going to get
about
a whole lot of money out of that.
No, well, I'm not here for the money. I'm here.
No,
because
yeah, I hear you.
The people in this community have done so much for me in terms of entertainment, mental health, just overall enjoyment, getting me out of my shell, giving me something to do. It's like I want to pay it forward. I want to do the same thing for other people. If somebody tells me that they consistently watch my videos and it gives them the same sort of satisfaction that I get from watching like Shady's videos or Nappy's videos, that completely changes how I feel in such a positive way. It warms my heart so much to think that I'm somebody else's Shady.
Yeah, that would be. I've actually been told that there's this one fan I have that's been a fan of mine since the very beginning, and tweeted out at me saying, "Hey, I just wanted you to know that even though you just started, you're one of my favorite YouTubers, and every time I watch my videos, it brightens my day." My heart sank to bottom. Like I was like, wow. And I was only at like 500 subs at that point. My videos didn't even look that great, and I'm like, wow, there's already somebody that feels like that. And they said, oh yeah, like Shave Penguin's my favorite, but you're right next to him. And I'm like, damn, what did I do? I'm like, how did that happen?
Like, I'm still trying to get Shady for an interview. He knows me and he knows who I am, but he's so busy. Oh my lord.
Oh, I know. I hope he interviews you one day. That'd be he could help out your channel a lot. If he even tweets out saying, "Hey, I did an interview with Lucky Lad TV. Everybody should go check it out." A lot of people will check it out.
Well, I mean, one time I did this little video where I was opening my New York Yankees t-shirt, and he liked that video. He didn't tweet it out or anything, he just liked it, and it blew up. It passed 2,000 views.
What'd you... Oh, yeah, I remember that video. Okay, yeah, I was like...
That video was hilarious.
Yeah, I know, it was. But, you know, for you, one thing that this Pokemon community needs, it needs a center, like... a figurehead of somebody who can like do the interviews that everybody's going to want to go to. Like it needs that one like really big person, like maybe somebody that's around maybe 20, 30, 40k subs that will only interview certain people in the Pokemon community, and they're big because of that. That would make sense. But in the Pokemon community, there's no one else that does interviews but you, and you're one of the smallest channels. Again, no offense. But
I don't take offense to facts. I have 114 subs.
But what I'm trying to say is, how come, like, you're the only one doing these interviews? You do great with them. You're interviewing high level people, and it's not the community isn't really appreciating it just yet. I think one day they might actually be like, oh yeah, this guy's interviewing, or he's already interviewed, you know, this person. I can't wait for him to interview this next person. I'm going to subscribe to hope he interviews that person, and then maybe there's like talking to the Pokemon community, like say Shady would be like, oh yes, I'm about to do an interview with this guy, I'm really nervous, or I don't know what he's going to ask me, it's going to be crazy. Like, you know, it would make sense if it's like that. People be excited to be interviewed by you, and that's a talk of like the community, like on Twitter, like, oh yeah, I'm being interviewed by this, and other people can say, oh yeah, in this interview they can go back on it. And I'm surprised there's not somebody in that community. That could be you. There's still always a chance it could be, and I would like it for you to be you. Because actually, when I first started YouTube, I was like, you know, I always want to actually interview people and do videos like this. But then it became like, oh, I don't really see the point, or I don't know if I can do it well. So I just started doing the battles.
Well, the thing for me is there's two parts of it. One is I'm a journalism major, so this comes naturally to me. Interviewing people, learning about them, asking the right questions, it comes really naturally to me. But the other main part of it is that I always wanted to know more about my favorite content creators as people. Like, that's one of the things about me.
That was the first thing you said in the beginning of this 40-something minutes ago, or 50 minutes ago.
We just passed 56.
Holy crap.
But that's the thing for me, is it's really important to me as a person to say, hey, I know that that person's not just Nips. His name is Drew. He lives in Long Island. There's things about him other than Nips.
And that's what people can come for. Exactly. Yeah, because it's like, why didn't you create a series called Behind the PokeTuber? Name it that, and then just talk to other big PokeTubers and say, hey, I want to do like a mini documentary on you, and that's just part of the interview. I just explained your whole new channel right there. Or that's how you should take this channel. That's how you take the next level. You can do that. I mean, the idea is yours. Take it.
The thing for me is that I'm in the Pokemon community primarily. However, it's not the only place that I'm comfortable being. Like, I have the Mikey J. He does a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Yeah, and I've seen
channel.
him. Yeah.
I love him. I'm going to interview him. I have him on Skype. We just haven't worked out a schedule yet. Mega Mogwai, I have him on here too. I gotta interview him. He's like my clone.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Martial arts and Pokemon.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's doing really good in the GBA. We haven't even talked about
destroying people. He's destroying people.
Mulvone's also doing really well. Shady and Dan, those guys cracked the top 4, and everybody else is like not even a contest. It's crazy. There's I feel really bad for Crimson. I really wanted him to do. Hank? Like, no, not Hank.
Gym Leader Geo has been. He's won like the last few weeks in a row. Like he's been doing consistently better, and
yeah, I've noticed he's been doing. He had a slow start.
Yeah,
who's
it's
on
such
the
a learning process though. Oh, the
who's on the Winnipeg
Aqua is Hank the Pidgey. I have him on Skype too.
Yeah, that's right. It's like Hank is doing okay. I've always thought Hank was doing well from the past seasons. Miguel did really good in the GBA-D league a while ago, and then now he's just crushing the actual GBA league. Who else was? Shady's always done like okay, but now he's this is like.
Well, the thing is, Shady and Magnitude were both there since season 1.
Yeah.
So they know the format better than anybody else. But to the same extent,
Miguel knows it better than anybody else, actually. Well, in the drafting process.
No, I mean the format, the drafting process, how you get 11 Pokemon, you pick 6, that type of thing. They know better than anybody else just because they've been there the longest. But to the same extent, then you bring in these people who are notorious for being the best battlers in the community. You bring in people like Miguel, who, if you say Miguel just lost a battle, they'll be like, no, you're fucking lying. Miguel doesn't lose. Like people would say that.
And who's on the Pelipers? Is that Pokemon?
Yeah, Pokemon is.
Yeah, I've heard from everybody he's a great battler, and
he also drafted one of the best teams in the league. He drafted Mega Venusaur, which is pretty much impossible to kill.
I think Dan drafted a really good team because he picked Mega Sableye, and even my brother was like, "Damn, he picked Mega Sableye. He should be able to win." And look what's happening. He's doing really, really well. And even my brother was like, "Man, I really wish I was in that league." But of course, Magnitude really isn't really fond of Verlisify, so that was not going to happen. But I was always like, "Damn, that would be the best storyline to come up with." Is the hated Verlisify is in this big league, and now everybody's going to try to take him down. Wouldn't that be amazing if they just brought him in? And what if, like, my brother either shits on them or gets shit on? That'd be just fun to watch. And
well, I mean, I'm a writer for the GBA. Next season, I'm hoping to be a team because I'm getting my capture card, so I'll be able to upload the battles and all that stuff.
That would be awesome.
My 3DS is in Japan. It's literally in Japan right now.
Yeah, mine took 2 weeks for me to get my capture card. I know.
They said it'll be about a month and a half, and I'm like,
I don't know why it's taking that long. It took me 2-3 weeks. I think 2 weeks.
How long ago did you get yours?
I've had mine for a year and a half.
They've gotten much more busy because Loopy stopped making his, so nobody in the that's the main reason.
That makes sense.
Loopy was in the U.S., so everybody in the U.S. who wanted the capture card.
I sent mine to mine got sent to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yep, that's Loopy.
Yep.
But I was telling my parents this. I'm like, this would have been like $100 less if Loopy still made capture cards because he lives in America.
This one, the one I have, it's right here. The black one, because I have a original purple one. This one has lasted me that year and a half, and the capture card still works perfectly. And yeah, he made an amazing product. It sucks that he's not doing it anymore.
Yeah, that was my original plan. Is I'm going to get it from Loopy. It's going to be $245. Which is what it says.
Yeah.
And I pay for shipping, which would be like $20.
That guy had a good business. Why did he stop it?
I'm not sure. But then I'm like, okay, I have to order from Katsukity in Japan, and I like what Katsukity does. She made Shady's and Nips's capture card, but to the same extent, it's $100 to ship it from Florida to Japan.
Yeah, I know. That's
a lot of money.
It is. Oh, well, but I do hope you get into GBA. There actually is...
I'm pretty sure I just have to ask.
Maybe. Because, I mean, I always felt like there's 14 teams?
There's 12.
Oh, okay. What's wrong with 14 or 16? If they had 16...
I think they're going to switch to 16 next.
If they had 16, they can, one, expand the league, more matches, more excitement, and if they expand the playoffs, they can do a top 8 playoffs cut instead of... How's the playoff system now? Is it like top 6?
Yeah, it's top 6, and the top 2 seeds get a bye.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But no, do a top 8.
Yep.
You can still make it to where maybe top 2 get a bye and then you battle the 6. No, that wouldn't make sense. So you could just do a top 8, but their seedings, that could work out like that. That'd be great. So
well,
yeah,
I mean the thing that you have to consider with a league like the GBA or with any competitive league, because there are a lot of them. The GBA has inspired a lot of other competitive battling leagues.
Oh yeah.
The thing that you have to remember is that it's a long process.
Oh, it totally
and
is.
The more people you add on, the longer the process gets. If you have 32 teams, that's going to take you like 40 weeks to finish. If it's one battle a week. Right now, it's going to take, I believe, 13 weeks for the GBA, which is exactly 1/4 of the year. And I believe they're going to do the 13-week season, take 13 weeks off, and then do another 13-week season, and they're going to alternate like that.
That makes sense.
If they expand, then it'll take longer for each season.
Maybe 15, 16 weeks. Yeah, it'd be a while, but
yeah.
And then another thing is, I actually did a video on the GBA. I have like a podcast series. That's one of the series I actually didn't mention, where I will talk.
AceCast, link in the description.
Oh yeah, Ace. Oh yeah. I didn't know you knew the name of it, but yeah. So I did.
I do my research. I'm a journalist. I do my research.
Well, you didn't mention that before on how my AceCast and my other battles. Why I started that. I actually had a lot of inspiration from an esports journalist who follows League of Legends a lot and other esports games, and he does the talk series like AceCast. And it's actually layouted, or yeah, it has the layout kind of the same, and I would talk in the same tone of manner. And I did a video on the GBA, and I said the one problem that I have with it is the more people you bring in, the more lives come into it. Obviously, people being busy. Obviously, we know Crimson, he says he's busy. Other people maybe having to drop out of matches because family emergency or some unexpected, thing happening.
A big thing that people forget is time zones. If you think about it,
that too.
Gym Leader Geo lives in California. Miguel lives in Spain. That's a 9-hour time difference. And, Miguel is not Miguel. Gym Leader Geo is a registered nurse, so he has a lot to do. He's busy. He has patience. And if you add into that a 9-hour time difference, scheduling a battle is almost impossible. Miguel told me that one time he had a battle at 3 a.m. his time.
For me, that's not that late, but for him, yeah. For me, I always tell everybody, I'm like, hey, you want to battle? I'm up till like 5 a.m. all the time. Let's go, And I always tell them I'm on the East Coast, and they're on like the Midwest coast or wherever, the West Coast, and yeah, so I being where I live is fine, but I know what you mean. But like I said, things could come up and people could become more busy. I actually was watching the Twitter of the LPL, and one guy said, hey, I might not be able to get this match out on time or battle this person because this came up. What's going to happen? And the actual official LPL guy said, you have to forfeit the match. And I'm like, damn.
Guys, it's not that serious.
Like, I'm like, shit. They just threw this guy under right there, man. They just gave him a loss like that, and that's a big deal. If you lose one match in a league like this in a season that's kind of short, losing one match can really be a big difference. So yeah, for the GBA, if it does expand, they're gonna have to really pick the right people, and it would be good to like background check the people. Be like, okay, what job do you have? What's your like schedule? Where do you live? Then I guess Magnitude and other people have to be like, well, yeah, he could work because he's not as busy as other people, but we don't see him. Maybe who knows how their skill levels are. Like, what if he's a bad battler? They don't want to bring you in. That would also be really unfortunate, or they might not even like you anyway. And that's another thing I talked on my GBA AceCast where I was like, it feels kind of too exclusive. There's no way to get in. If anybody wants to get in there, you have to be known as an entertainer already, or just known by them personally.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that nobody can just walk up and say, hey, I want to be a part of the GBA. I tried. Well, I didn't mean it being that easy,
but there's not like a clear tryout. Maybe what if they had like a tryout tournament where they have a really like any number of people can enter a tournament, can be on Showdown or the actual game, and like say the top 2 will be invited into the GBA. That'd be something interesting. I'd like to see that,
because
and that's something you can do on the off season
Yeah,
in between
it's
the
hard
seasons.
to find people who are consistently entertaining, consistently skilled, and consistently available. That's the thing,
Yeah.
is that those three are usually don't go together because usually they have to work around their own schedule, and the person that they're trying to battle, they have a totally different schedule. Like,
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to get my interview with Miguel for a while, and it's not that he doesn't want to. I have him on Skype. It's that he is 6 hours ahead of me, and I work from like 4 till like 9, or like 4 to 10 every night.
I work like 3 to 11, 4 to midnight.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
what you mean.
So it's like, I can't... We'd have to do it in the morning, but if it's the morning for me, that means it's the afternoon or evening for him, which is usually when people are doing stuff.
Yep.
So it's like, I'd probably have to get up at like, I don't know, 6 in the morning to interview him.
So there's one other thing. Man, I keep... You know what? I'm going to tell you, this is actually really good practice for me, because one thing, I don't know if you're going to bring this up, but this is where I become the interviewer. But I want to talk about the EXPNU, the new league that's coming in and taking place during the GBA. That's going to maybe, I wouldn't say overtake it, but stand right next to the GBA. Even though the EXPNU is a big part of the Midnight Knockdowns, like Bulbasaur's Pedro is starting it, and he has all of his friends pretty much in it. And I actually got invited by Pedro after that GBA Ace Cast, where I did mention the XPNU, saying how I do think it could be like the GBA one day. He even invited me to actually become a writer. So I'm also now a writer with the XPNU. And I even published my first article last night.
Congrats.
Thank you. There's probably a few grammatical errors that you'd probably throw up at if you see, but
I'm a journalism and English double major.
I
edit I edit a good majority of the GBA articles that go up. They email them to me, I do all the grammatical and spell checking, and then I email it to Magnitude for him to upload.
Pedro told me you can write whatever you want, upload or publish something whenever you want. You don't even got to run it through me if you want to ask me what I think, totally, but I'm giving you free reign on the website, and he gave me the WordPress to where I can write whatever I wanted. And the article I published, it was about creating storylines for the XPNU, because there's already been a few storylines on the GBA. Like, for instance, we had Weavile just come in and wreck everything. That's one storyline, and
that article was so funny.
And
it said NSFW because
I know, because that guy,
the language.
Who was the writer that did that? Because he went off.
I think that was Nick. He's one of, I think it was either Nega Nix or K-Rain Justice. I'm pretty sure it was.
I remember Nick seeing that. But so yeah, we had another storyline that because I just come up with all these stuff. I'm like, man, this is making the league so much more exciting. And I told Pedro, I'm like, hey, we can do that with the XPNU. We can, once the league starts, we can come up with things, stories, and questions to ask as the league goes on. Like, oh, how's this going to happen? We had in the GBA the two new coaches, Dan and Mulvone, come in, and they're like at the top of the league. We would have never expected that, because we see the other new people like Nips and Crimson that aren't doing so good. So there's no disparity in, if you're a new coach, you're going to do bad, or if all the returning coaches are doing great.
Magnitude's not doing so well.
There was one other one that I came up with, was how would it recover from its Season 3 collapse. And I think it recovered in a great way, and it's doing better than it ever has. So that was one good storyline to come out of the way when this season started. And when I told Pedro, I'm like, these storylines, they will take time, because we have to go back and think, maybe when their second season starts, we can go back, after first season, this person won it all. Will he come back and dominate again like he did before? That's a storyline instantly right there. But right now, you can't really come up with storylines before it even starts. But I said we're going to start to create those storylines, and that's the article I wrote. And now that I have your attention on it, I want to ask you. Sure. I want you to read. I want to tell me what you think of it later.
Absolutely.
And if you're cool with it, the next articles I do write, if it's fine, if you could take a look at it before I publish it.
Anytime. I'll give you my email, because that goes off on my phone. I don't have Skype on my phone. So I'm gonna give
Okay, good.
I'm gonna give you my email. So whenever you finish writing it, just email it to me. I'll look over it and spell check, grammar check, all that stuff, and send it back to you.
Yeah. Because I told you a while ago, I said, hey, before I did my video on the GBA, and well, I did a video. It was actually like the Pokemon Battle League itself, but I did talk about GBA a lot. I asked you, like, hey, I asked you a few questions on it, and because I knew you knew a lot about it, and I knew you're a writer, and I was like, I'd like to do that too, and it was just luck of the draw that I also just became a writer. I don't feel like I'm an actual journalist writer. You said you're a journalist major.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a writing class in college for a year, so my grammar's kind of there, but not as well as yours. But I do have really good ideas that a lot of people don't really think about. I've read your articles. Your articles are really good, and they're different from the other people that write them. Because
the thing about mine is I like to keep them short and sweet. Like
that's true. I wouldn't mind making mine long though. That's the thing about mine.
Well, like the thing for me, my favorite thing that I wrote was the Shady versus Nips little storyline.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, because Shady picked Nips's Regirock and used it against him. That's what I want to see happen in the EXPNU, because I want to see that league grow, because now I'm a part of that league.
I want to see somebody bring a Bulbasaur in the EXPNU. Not a Venusaur, a Bulbasaur. I want to see somebody bring a Bulbasaur.
I can't disclose information regarding to the drafting. I'm a part of their drafting Skype group, and I'm a part of their development team, and I'm not allowed to...
Oh, no, I know nobody drafted Bulbasaur.
No, don't worry, no one did.
I have Pedro and Tara and a few other people in the league on Skype, and I'm like, please tell me somebody drafted another person's mascot to use for them.
No, that didn't happen though.
Just for salt.
I'm actually already coming up with articles to start storylines based off what I saw in the draft, and there's already one that pops in my mind, and that one's going to be crazy to write about, because that one, it even blew Pedro's mind. Pedro's like, yeah, that is really surprising how one Pokemon didn't get drafted. I'm not going to disclose that information because I'm not allowed to. But
well, it's like in the GBA, there were some Pokemon I was shocked that didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but like,
did Mega Garchomp get drafted? Because I don't think
that's one of the
Mega
Garchomp
because I don't remember seeing it.
I don't think Mega Heracross got drafted.
No, that one didn't either. No,
it's like some of Mega Ampharos didn't get drafted. Some of my...
I can kind of see that one.
Yeah, I can kind of see that one too, but to the same extent, it hits so hard, and it has access to Cotton Guard.
It's all on the people's... The coaches' play styles, and I guess that's not their play style. If they don't want to pick a Pokemon and play with it, it's either two things when you're drafting. It's, well, I guess I got to pick that Pokemon because that's the only Pokemon I have left because all the other ones got picked, or this one fits my play style. I have my own team idea with it. I have to pick this one. So that's why sometimes the drafting might be a bit all over the place.
The Pokemon that I was absolutely completely shocked about, Darmanitan, did not get drafted.
Yeah, that is...
I didn't even understand that.
No,
like, how does nobody want him?
You could have done an article on why not Darmanitan.
He's in a corner. He was a junkie. He'd overdose. He died.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can come up with a lot of stuff there. But and Pedro also said, "Oh, you can be a part of the content." And I told him, "Hey, is there anybody?" And I hate to do this to you. I said, "Hey, is there anybody that's going to be interviewing the coaches?" And he said no. And I'm like, "That's something I would like to do." And he's already in the process of making me a layout, and I'm going to do a kind of double box layout like you. And I'm going to interview the coaches, maybe try to get through a few before the season starts. But right now I'm talking to a lot of the other guys. I have most of them added on Skype, and they're not really available yet. And I said, hey, but it's for the league. It's going to be on the EXPNU channel. If you care about the league at least a little bit, at least help me out. Because I told Pedro, I'm like, hey, I believe in this league. Thank you for having me in it. I want to help you grow it. And he said, oh, I like how you see the potential, and I'm really glad to see that you care about it almost as much as me. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, man. I'm going to try to make myself available for it because I've always admired the GBA, and I always wanted to be a part of it. But now I kind of see this as my door opening, not to be in the GBA, but to be a part of the league community. And I'm going to try to be a big part of it. I'm going to maybe, who knows, commentate on one of their battles they stream, because they're going to stream some of their battles live as they happen, so that's going to be really cool to see. Hopefully I can be like a co-commentator, because they already have one guy commentating. I forgot who it was, but I want to commentate. I want to do interviews with people, so I feel like I'm a writer now. I feel like I just became you.
Like the thing for me with these interviews is It's not for the GBA, which
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's for
they caught a couple
yeah.
people off guard because they were tweeting out, "I'm about to have a GBA interview with Lucky Lad TV," and I'm like, that's part
You'll
of it.
mention the GBA, but yeah, you're
no,
not.
like if they're a GBA coach, I'm going to mention it because it's something that we have in common. But to the same extent, the primary purpose for this, it's selfish of me. I want to get to know more about these people, which is, it's not bad selfish. It's, it's just selfish. I'm doing it for me. But to the same extent, I get more views if we're talking about the GBA and they're like, hey, I just did a GBA interview, because then all the coaches go to see it because they're like, oh, what if he brought out a spoiler?
Yeah, right.
And all the writers go to see it because they're like, oh, maybe I'll get something to write about. So that's one of the things about it, is that the interviews for me, it has nothing to do with the GBA. That's just a possible topic. Like for you,
it is.
The GBA happened to come up because now you and I have something in common. We're both writing for a competitive Pokemon battling league. However, other than that, the only commonality we have regarding the GBA is we both like watching it because it's cool.
I've always liked the idea of it. When I first saw it, when I came on to watching Pokemon in Season 2, I found Magnitude, one of his battles that did it, and I was like, wow, this is really interesting. He's taking Pokemon, turning it into a sport. And then I saw Shay's videos. I'm like, oh, this is a big deal now. And then, yeah, it just went from there. And then when I like what Pedro's going to do with the EXPNU, obviously the name, he's going to make it more like SportsCenter, like ESPN. He's going to turn it more into a sport. And I told him, I'm like, yeah, you're going to have the content on the channel. And he said, yeah, he's designing everything. He designed the website. He's making everything look nice. But then the league hasn't even started yet. I think it starts on the 28th. That's when the first week of battles start. And I don't know how long or how many weeks it's going to be. But I said, if you're going to make us, like, you're going to have to upload, like, a lot. And he said, don't worry, I will. But I said, don't worry, you're going to need more help than just you. That's why I offered doing the interviews. And I said, you can upload them to the channel, and that'll bring more content. He said, oh, do you, when you do these interviews, are you using Vegas to edit? And I said, yeah. He's like, oh, I want to add, like, a ticker on the bottom where they have, like, the results and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I could totally edit that in. And he's like, yeah, I want to do the layout like this. And, I have an idea what to already call it. And when I do the interviews, yeah, it's not going to be like your interviews. Don't worry. But, yeah, there's going to be strictly they're going to be, like, maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to ask, like, 6 questions to each coach, and they're going to be the same questions. And they're going to be like, oh, how do you feel like going into the league? How do you feel about your team, without mentioning any Pokemon on your team, like what you're going to bring? How do you feel about it? What are your expectations? Simple stuff. But those are the things that you need to grow the league. You have to have the video content, and they have to be one consistent. People have to be like, oh, he did an interview on this coach. He's going to have to interview that coach. I can't wait. And then they're going to have to do, like, I told them you should do, like, recaps of the week. Make those really quick, like highlights. Because the GBA, they do their own videos on their channel. That channel's doing really well. But my argument with their channel, I think their videos are way, way, way too long. Oh my god. I would love to hear about the GBA in less than 10 minutes. Damn, they take an hour to talk. No offense. I like those guys.
No, I was on Around the Rhyhorn, which is one of the main series on the GBA channel.
Yeah, no, I like that show too. You guys do really good there. But damn, that one's still kind of long sometimes.
I had so much fun doing it, but when I was looking at how long the call had been going on, I'm like, this is starting to get kind of long. Like, 30 minutes, I would understand. That's the length of SportsCenter.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes. I would get that.
But for us in a Pokemon community, like, the people's attention spans in the audience, they're not going to want to watch something that long.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. Pokemon is made for children. A lot of people in this community are children. They don't have necessarily great attention spans.
True that.
Like, all of my Let's Plays, I try to keep them like 15 minutes.
That's
like,
reasonable.
It's more episodes for me, which makes me have to record less often, which is good because I only have Wednesday, and it retains viewer retention, which means people will go and they'll see the end of the video where I say, "Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah, all that stuff." Because I only say that at the end of the video because I have my set intro and I have my set outro.
Yeah, I do the same
any of that other stuff in the middle.
And, but yeah, and I kept giving Pedro ideas. I'm like, hey, do like weekly recaps of like the week, show like highlight clips, you can only mention like, oh, this happened in this turn, and make it maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes if you have to, and hopefully we don't. And then if we have like a talk show, hopefully that won't go on too long. And my interviews, I told him, aren't going to be that long. And I told the guys that are drafting, that are the coaches, I told them like, hey, would you guys be interested in me interviewing you? And they're like, oh, I might not be busy. And I'm like, dude, it's going to take 10 minutes out of your life. Answer a few questions. It's not for me. It's for the league. Because, yeah, I could be selfish. I could upload them my channel maybe. I doubt it. But I told Pedro,
but, you know.
I'm like, Pedro, I'd like to interview everybody, and I want to have it on your channel because I want to see his EXPNU channel grow. And it hasn't really had any uploads yet. But like I said, his thing just started. And we're going to have to wait until maybe season 2 or 3 till we actually see if it's legit or not. But this first season is a really good indication if that's going to turn into that. And I think the new features they're adding on, like streaming, the way everything's going to look and set up, and the way the coaches are different than the GBA coaches, we'll see what happens. Hopefully there won't be any animosity or fallout.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is one of the things that I'm pretty sure I have a good idea on who most of the coaches are, and one of the things that Pedro definitely did well is that he picked people that
He picked the right people.
He already knows. He knows that they're friends. He knows they're good people. He didn't pick somebody just because he knows they're good at battling. He said, I know I can rely on this person.
Yeah.
I'm not just throwing some person into this because they're good at battling. And that's kind of what happened in Season 3 of the GBA, is that they kind of brought in people that Steve didn't necessarily know as well as he should have, and it didn't work out. They didn't react properly to... Because here's what people forget. It's still Pokemon. It's still a game.
But people made it... They wanted it to be too competitive. In this league, without spoiling anything, the people or the coaches are already kind of friendly trash talking, but at the same time they're not really they're taking it serious, but they're not making it like super really competitive serious. They still want to have fun at the end of the day, make it kind of casual, like it's like a competitive casual, and that's what's gonna kind of make it good in the first season. But I think what's really gonna excel it is if it becomes really super competitive. And I told some of the coaches, I'm like, hey, like, but at the end of the day, you want to win, right? You know, and they're like, yeah, I guess. But I'm in my mind, I'm like, okay, that could be a problem down the road. But hopefully we're going to see what happens, because what's going to have, like, if these guys really aren't caring about it, what's going to make other people care about it? And what's going to make us the writers, because there's 2 other writers I'm doing with. Tara is actually one of the other writers, and Cooley Wiz, I think. What's going to have us content to write or do videos if they're not really going to give us anything to talk about? Oh, yeah, this guy did a battle. He gave a shit, I think. Here's the matchup. And then, but no, I want interesting, like I said, I want storylines. I want interesting things to talk about. I want to talk to the coaches and ask what they thought about what happened in this turn and how they could have won, and what happened if they went back on. I want to talk about stuff like that. I really have all my ideas all set up, and I'm like itching to just do this stuff, and I can't wait to do it. And hopefully everybody's cooperative.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm the only one that has an article written on the EXPNU website. No one else has been talking about anything else, but maybe, like I said, it hasn't even started yet. It starts in 2 weeks. So once it actually starts, then it will actually, come open. I wouldn't say it's going to blow up insane, but I think more attention will come around it. We're going to see what's going to happen with it. I can't wait for it to happen.
Well, like and I think this is a good ending point, but one of the things that you said that kind of sums up how we as content creators are is, one of the things you said is, if you don't enjoy it, then why would anybody else enjoy it?
Exactly, yes.
And I think that's kind of the...
That's the nail in the coffin.
It's the core. It's the core of why we do this, because if people find Pokemon Wi-Fi battles stale because we're not getting a new game or anything, then people aren't going to enjoy watching them doing battles, because, like, if this guy's bored with it, why wouldn't I be bored with it?
Yeah, that's going to make them bored with it. The viewers are going to emulate the people that are watching, the entertainers, and if the entertainers don't look like they're into it, then they're going to follow by example. So, and like I said, I told the coaches, I said, my guys, like, come on, let's get going with it. Let's see what happens. At least care.
People have to remember, they're not doing this for no reason. You're doing this for the exposure and to show people that you know how to battle, and you.
Yeah, I hope
realize,
a lot.
Hey, I'm a good competitive battler. I'm in a legitimate league. Pay attention.
Yeah, it's going to help them. It's going to help the coaches' channels themselves if they take it serious. It's going to show legitimacy on their channels, because if people see, oh, he's in the XPU, that's a really good league, and yeah, I'm gonna, his channel's, I guess his channel's good and the way he battles is good because he's doing really well in that league. But if you're doing well in a whatever league, and then oh, okay, I guess it doesn't really matter, or his channel doesn't really matter. So yeah, people are gonna get going, or they're gonna have their thoughts on it. So that's one thing people gotta think about, and we'll definitely see. So
right,
yeah,
I think that's. I'll probably have you on again. We already have 2 parts. I'll probably have you on again.
I'd like to. I want to give you...
Next time, remember the gimmick that I told you about last time?
Yes.
We'll do that one next time.
We'll do that.
We'll
Without spoiling. Yes, I remember.
I was about to say what it was, and I'm like, no, I can't spoil it. I can't spoil it.
Trust me, man, if I had more time, I would have done it today, but I couldn't.
Oh no, I couldn't have done it today because I just got my car back.
Oh, nice.
Like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, shit.
So I couldn't have done it today.
But yeah, I'd totally be down, and I'd like to give you an update on what's happening in the EXPNU League and give you my thoughts. I'd like to do that. And anything else I forgot to talk about, I think I went over quite a bit of my life.
Yeah, I think we covered what I call the main points.
Yes.
Who you are, why you do what you do. And people
what am I doing?
What are you doing? Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
And all those sorts of things. And I think we covered that really well. And
I'm glad.
I would like to thank you for coming on this and for staying here for an hour and a half.
Didn't feel like an hour and a half. No, I appreciate you having me here. It's actually an honor considering the other people that have followed before me that have come in on this. And you are an awesome dude. I mean that. Hope we can do this again. And
once I get my capture card, we're gonna do some shenanigans together.
I already want to battle you, and I already want to put you on my channel. And I hope the people that are coming from my channel, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to mention you on my next upload. Hopefully, a few hundred people see that. I'm going to actually link this interview when you upload. I want to link the interview in my videos.
This is going to be up on Friday.
Okay, cool. So when I upload Friday,
I have an episode of my Splatoon Let's Play going up tomorrow. And if you don't have that game, get it. It's amazing.
No, I'm in the process of getting it.
It's so funny and so stupid.
No, I know.
There's this one line that gets me. You're a squid kid, and the guy goes, "Come on, everybody knows sea creatures can't swim." And I'm like,
"Oh my
gosh, fuck?"
Yeah, no, where'd that come from? Don't worry, I'm gonna get that game. I'm in the process of getting Wii U, so I can add you on that. But and then another thing, when this upload goes up, I'm going to mention you on Twitter a few times. Yeah. So hopefully my Twitter followers see you, my YouTube people that watch my battle will see you. So hopefully this interview does more good for you than I would hope it to. And then also when you upload you're going to upload 2 parts. So yeah, both of them.
I'm probably going to do Friday, Sunday. Yeah, Friday and Sunday probably. Because
perfect. That sounds really good, actually. Yeah.
Because I have 2 episodes of Splatoon they're on my. Sorry, I have an episode of Splatoon and an episode of Ori that are ready to go out, and I'm going to do that Thursday, Saturday, and this is going to be Friday, Sunday because I don't want there to be a really big gap, because then people will be like, well, where the fuck is the other half?
Yeah,
because
no, I hear you.
The problem I just realized is I'm mentioning the schedule in the second half of the interview.
Yeah, I know, and then now that I'm saying. In the very end, I'm going to be like, oh, hi my followers, or hi my subscribers. I don't know if they're going to make it this far, but maybe 1 or 2 might, and I'm going to be saying hi to you guys in general. Like, thank you for making it this far. Hopefully you did. And, I'm going to tell them to check you out. Please go. If you're watching right now, subscribe to this guy. This guy's freaking cool.
I can't thank you enough for all the kind words and for joining me here. And if you got an outro, you can do it now. If not, you can just... say bye.
I actually do have an outro.
Yes.
This is all I say. Like, I have my intro is just like, what's going on, trainers, blah, blah, blah. My outro is always like, you guys have yourselves a great and wonderful day. Good luck in all your next battles. And I'll see you guys next time. And then it fades out.
Good to know. So, with that, I think we're going to get about. You're going to be seeing all sorts of stuff between me and AceTrainerTroy in the near future. But... we're going to get out. Best luck out there. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.